Welcome to our channel, dear viewers. Today we embark on a captivating journey through the coronation of British monarchs. From the pomp and circumstance to the weight of legacy, we'll trace the footsteps of kings and queens through the ages. The year is 1066. Picture a realm reeling from conquest. On Christmas Day, William the Conqueror kneels at Westminster Abbey, about to be crowned King of England. The ceremony fuses Norman might and Anglo-Saxon tradition, marking the dawn of Norman rule. The Battle of Hastings paved the way, and as William receives the crown, a hush falls over the abbey. In 1100, Henry I, known for his intellect and dedication to justice, is crowned at Westminster Abbey. His coronation reflects his desire to usher in an era of stability. The year is 1135, and England teeters on the brink of chaos. Stephen of Blois seizes the throne, and his rushed coronation at Westminster Abbey symbolizes the fragility of power. His rivals, including Empress Matilda, challenge his claim, plunging England into civil war. The crown rests uneasily upon Stephen's head. With Stephen's death in 1154, Henry II ascends the throne, marking the start of the Plantagenet dynasty. His grand coronation at Westminster Abbey celebrates the restoration of order. Henry II reforms the legal system and clashes with the church, notably with Thomas Becket. His reign shapes England's destiny for centuries. In 1189, Richard the Lionheart takes the throne. His lavish coronation at Westminster Abbey reflects his charisma and chivalric ideals. Richard's heart, however, yearns for the battlefields of the Holy Land. He departs on crusade shortly after his coronation, leaving England in the hands of regents. John, the youngest son of Henry II, ascends to the throne in 1199. His reign is tumultuous, marked by conflict and rebellion. Crowned at Westminster Abbey, John faces challenges from the outset. He is ultimately forced to sign the Magna Carta, laying the foundation for constitutional monarchy in England. In 1216, Henry III is crowned at the age of 9, not at Westminster Abbey, but at Gloucester Cathedral. London is deemed too dangerous, reflecting the kingdom's unrest. Henry's reign is long, marked by both piety and political instability. He rebuilds Westminster Abbey but faces rebellion, culminating in the Second Barons' War. Edward I, known as Longshanks and the Hammer of the Scots, ascends the throne in 1274. His grand coronation at Westminster Abbey reflects his ambition. Edward reforms the legal system, strengthens Parliament, and attempts to conquer Wales and Scotland. In 1308, Edward II is crowned at Westminster Abbey. Unlike his father, he is more interested in the arts than in state affairs. His turbulent reign ends with his deposition and murder in 1327. Edward III ascends the throne in 1327 at the age of 14. His reign sees England emerge as a major military power, waging war on France and claiming the French throne. Richard II becomes king in 1377 at the age of 10. His lavish coronation masks the challenges ahead, as his reign is marked by rebellion and political turmoil. In 1399, Henry Bolingbroke deposes Richard II and becomes Henry IV. His 10th coronation at Westminster Abbey marks the beginning of the House of Lancaster. Henry V ascends the throne in 1413. Known for his victory at Agincourt, his grand coronation reflects his popularity and military genius. Henry VI becomes king in 1422 at 9 months old. His reign is marked by the Wars of the Roses, a bloody conflict for control of the throne. Henry VI grows into a pious but weak ruler. Edward IV seizes the throne in 1461, deposing Henry VI. His coronation marks the beginning of the House of York's rule. Edward V becomes king in 1483 at 12. His reign is short-lived, as his uncle Richard III declares him illegitimate and takes the throne. Richard III seizes the throne in 1483, overshadowed by rumors about his nephew's fate. His reign is short-lived, ending at the Battle of Bosworth Field. Henry Tudor defeats Richard III in 1485, becoming Henry VII. His coronation marks the end of the Wars of the Roses and the start of the Tudor dynasty. Henry VIII ascends the throne in 1509. His lavish coronation reflects the Tudor dynasty's wealth and power. Henry VIII breaks with the Roman Catholic Church and marries 6 times. Edward VI becomes king in 1547 at 9. His short reign is marked by religious reform and political intrigue. Mary Y becomes the first Queen Regnant of England in 1553. Her reign sees the persecution of Protestants, earning her the nickname Bloody Mary. Elizabeth I ascends the throne in 1558. Her reign is one of the most glorious in English history, marked by the defeat of the Spanish Armada and a golden age of exploration and culture. James VI of Scotland becomes James V of England in 1603, uniting the crowns. His coronation marks the beginning of the Stuart dynasty. Charles I ascends the throne in 1625. His reign leads to the English Civil War, marked by conflict with Parliament. Charles II is restored to the throne in 1660, ending the interregnum. James II becomes king in 1685. His attempts to promote Catholicism lead to his short and tumultuous reign. William III and Mary II are crowned joint monarchs in 1689. The Glorious Revolution establishes Parliament's supremacy and guarantees certain rights. Anne becomes queen in 1702. Her reign sees the Act of Union in 1707, uniting England and Scotland into Great Britain. George I becomes king in 1714, marking the start of the Hanoverian dynasty. His reign is marked by Jacobite rebellions. George II becomes king in 1727. His reign sees the growth of the British Empire and major wars. George III becomes king in 1760. His reign is marked by the American Revolution and bouts of mental illness. George IV becomes king in 1820. Known for his extravagance, he patronizes the arts and constructs Buckingham Palace. William IV becomes king in 1830. His reign sees the passage of the Reform Act of 1832. Victoria becomes queen in 1837 at 18. Her reign sees the height of the British Empire and the Industrial Revolution. Edward VII becomes king in 1901. His reign marks the beginning of the Edwardian era. George V becomes king in 1910. His reign is marked by World War I and the decline of the British Empire. Edward VIII becomes king in 1936, but abdicates to marry Wallis Simpson. His short reign is marked by controversy. George VI becomes king in 1936 following his brother's abdication. He rises to the challenge of leadership during World War II. Elizabeth II becomes queen in 1952. Her televised coronation in 1953 brings the ancient ceremony into millions of homes. Charles III becomes king in 2022. His coronation in 2023 marks the beginning of a new era for the British monarchy. And so, dear viewers, we come to the end of our journey through the coronations of British monarchs. These ceremonies reflect the changing times, the evolving role of the monarchy, and the enduring spirit of a nation.